going, cake eaters? It's Producer Guy Film. We are back with some more NHL 17 content. Really quick, be sure to crush that like and subscribe button. Help us me out. We're getting even closer to 4K. Remember, 3,500 Young Stars giveaway of NHL 18, 4K T-shirt and Young Stars giveaway. We hit 5K before the launch of NHL 17. 2 Young Stars copies given away to you from me because every single one of you are awesome. I'm dead serious. You are all awesome. Today is June 29th. And we are basically commemorating the 1-year anniversary of the 23 minutes that shocked the hockey world. This actually came to me from an idea from Louis Libo. I'm sorry, man. My deepest apologies. And he basically said, like, what would happen if the players from each team were never traded? So what I went and did is I moved Larsson and Hall back to their old team. So Larsson back to the Devils, Hall back to the Oilers, Subban back to the Canadiens, and Weber back to the Predators. And what I did is I reset the rosters so that they are back on the October 19th. Basically the October roster update. So right at the beginning of the league, right fresh, smack dab, beginning of the league, not like at the trade deadline or anything. We brought it truly back. And let's just talk for a little bit about the significance of that day. Actually, before we get into that, I took control of the Edmonton Oilers just from a perspective of I just want to see how Connor McDavid does. But I will check basically every other player's progress as we go along. So like at the very end, I'll check Subban, I will check Larsson, I'll check Hall, and I will check Weber. But let's talk about that. So the only thing that was basically a non-factor was, apart from the trades, the whole Stamkos thing. Was he going to go to free agency? Was Toronto in on him? I think so. Was basically any other team who needed a top-line center in on him? Absolutely. You would have to be the dumbest GM to have the cap space and not be interested in Steven Stamkos. He's freaking Stammer. I mean, as of now, the guy seems a little injury prone, but like, oof, it's Steven Stamkos, guys. How could you not be in on him? And so that was the only non-factor. So he stayed in Tampa. So I'll get to that a little later, basically about like the impact of him in Tampa. But let's talk about the first trade, which is Hall for Larsson. Did that mess up the trade market? I mean, you look at this game in terms of overall. What's Hall, like an 8 or a 90? Or 89-90? What's Larsson in this game? I mean, in this beginning update, he's an 84. But, like, I'm trying to remember if he grew. I'm not too sure. But whatever. It's, regardless, as of right now, is that a fair trade hockey sense? I still don't understand how Edmonton didn't get more. I mean, I don't know how they didn't get a second. I don't know how they didn't get a first. I mean, I remember reading about that trade and just being like, what? That's it? Like, because when people report on trades, sometimes it'd be like, yeah, or like say Yakupov for Brendel, picks and prospects included. But like they'll just basically do like the 1-for-1 and then the full details will come out. But then after reading Hall for Larsson, 1-for-1, it's like, what? Are you serious? 1-for-1. They didn't get more. And I think that just truly messed up the market in terms of wingers. Because Taylor Hall is an elite young winger. Adam Larsson, he's not top 2. Let's be real, he's not a top 2 defenseman. He's a good top 4. Can he maybe blossom into a shutdown top 2? Maybe. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. It's a gamble that the Oilers were taking. But I still think Edmonton could have gotten so much more. But I guess in terms of the rebuild the Devils are going through, it kind of worked out. You know, they just got the first overall pick. They now have Taylor Hall, Joseph Blandisi still kind of there. Henrique's still kind of young-ish. I mean, not too bad. Severson on the D-core is looking pretty decent. Who is that guy that they have? Zacha? Is that it? Pavel Zacha? He's looking pretty promising as well. So in terms of their rebuild, they're doing all right. Now, in terms of Edmonton, they got a big bolster on defense. They now have him. They actually just now re-signed Chris Russell, so that's pretty good. Nurse can grow into a solid top 4 defenseman as well. So in terms of defense, they kind of, you know, filled a hole they needed. Because offensively, they're very gifted. They have Drake Caggiula, they have Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Milan Lucic, Puliarvi in a couple of years when he's ready. Nugent Hopkins is still there. He might be at the door. Pouliot just got placed on unconditional waivers for purposes of a buyout, so he might not be there for much longer. But that's still, you know, it's a good, $2.5 million off the cap for them. Decent, not too bad, but in terms of both teams, obviously Edmonton is the I wouldn't say trade winner, but like in terms of immediate impact, it really helped stabilize them on the D, and Connor McDavid really emerged. So they made the playoffs, New Jersey didn't. So in terms of like immediate effect, I would say that it kind of helped the Oilers as well, as the Devils still in the basement, unfortunately. I'm not, and by no means am I saying Edmonton or New Jersey won the trade. I don't like hearing win. They won the trade. They won the. I don't like that, man. I'm not a fan of it. But like, it's like I keep saying, if both teams got a need that they like needed addressed and they got it filled, then they both won. Seriously, they both won. Who cares? But immediately, I think that helping stabilize the D really did help Edmonton. Now, let's talk about the next trade, the big blockbuster, Subban for Weber. Wow, I read that and I was like, what? First of all, I was a little surprised. I'm like, why didn't they get Yossi? That's a little odd. Because now, you know, it's, I mean, either way, Nashville would have won. If they gave up Yossi, it would have been Weber, Subban. If they gave up Weber, it would have been Subban, Yossi. So, like, either way, they still would have had two bona fide top two defensemen. The rich get richer, I guess. But it's kind of odd. I mean, I think, obviously, there's speculation that Bergevin and, I was going to say Claude Julien, Bergevin and Therrien, there we go. A lot of, and Julien, Bergevin, Therrien, Therrien and Bergevin had a little bit, I guess, of a problem maybe with Subban in the locker room. People say, you know, there was talk about a locker room issue in there. That's speculation. Again, I can't confirm, but I can't deny. And no, Bergevin just being really sketchy at the draft, you know, saying we're not going to trade him, and then all of a sudden, boom, trade. I don't know. I mean, they got knocked out in the first round with Weber, and that D-core is just basically being dismantled right now. Seriously, that whole entire defensive core is literally just being torn apart. Like I said in the last video, Beaulieu gone. Markov still hasn't re-signed yet. They traded Sergachev. The defense is just being gutted as of right now. Weber and Petrie are like basically the only two staples of that defense core. But on the flip side, you look at Nashville, and what was arguably talked about during the playoffs was their fans and their defensive core of Ekholm, Ellis, Yossi, and Subban. That big top four defense pairing. Like the four basically who could just kill the entire game right now. That big defense core. Wow, our goaltending sucks. We didn't make the playoffs. That's completely fine. But yeah, that whole defensive core was basically talked about and now heralded. So the rich, like I said, the rich get richer because now that is arguably the best defense core in the league. Washington wins the President. Some things never change. The Kings with 109. The Flames, Lightning, the Predators. There we go. Predators now in 5th. And the Canadians right behind them. Look at that. Same amount of points. That's interesting. The Sens, the Blues, the Penguins, Panthers, Flyers, Devils, Blackhawks. And it looks like even the Arizona Coyotes made it. Wow. All right, who's in the very basement? Is it us? Okay, no, we're not. We're not. That's not too bad. We're 20th. Okay, decent. Potentially at least another top 10 pick. That's okay. Let's quickly look at scoring here. But yeah, so it worked out, I think, for both teams as well. So let's check our scoring for Draisaitl, 60, 65, 60. Hall with 59. Lucic, or Hall 59 points. That's not bad. I imagine he got top line time. Lucic 56, Nugent 52, Ebbs with 50, 38 for Maroon, 34 for Pouliot, 30 for Letestu, 25 for Sekera. All right, let's just scroll down. All right, now let's really quickly check the other teams. So let's check the Montreal Canadiens. Radulov with 70 points. Wow, 68 for Subban, 55 points. Not too bad. Let's go check the Predators. Oh, that's the Islanders. I want to check the Predators. My bad. Alrighty, let's check where Weber is. Weber, 40 points. Okay, decent. Now let's go check Adam Larsson. All right, 30 points. So relatively stagnant for, I guess, everybody. Subban, you know, put up some decent points. Same with Hall, so that's okay. So I guess let's just sim to see the cup now. And while we do that, let's really quickly talk about Stamkos. Stamkos staying in Tampa for the long run really helped them out because now they still have Stamkos. They have Kucherov locked up. They have Hedman locked up. I assume they're going to lock up Tyler Johnson fairly soon. So, Paul, how much money is going to be left for Palat? That's a good question. So I assume that Edmonton's going to be fine. They now have Sergachev. They got rid of Drouin, which is a little bit of a shocker. But in terms of decor, Strawman's still there, so that's completely fine. They're still going to be a good team for years to come. Vasilevsky, is he a true number one? I'm not sold 100% on Vasilevsky yet. I mean, when he was behind Ben Bishop, people were touting, Vasilevsky's the next starter, he's the next starter, but I'm not entirely sold. Not entirely sold. Alright, so, Stamkos staying basically helped them out in the long run, but I want to know, what do you guys think of the trades that happened? I want to know your thoughts. I know it's a year old now, but now you have a year to reflect, you have a year to gather your opinion. You have facts now on the table with points, performances. The Blackhawks win the frickin' cup. Can you just say they're a bona fide dynasty already? So now you have a year of basically points, performances, the incredible cup run of the Nashville Predators. So you can kind of see what happened, where everything kind of landed up. You can form your own little fact here. Oh, great. Another Chicago-LA meeting in the finals. That's cool. So Shy wins. Oh, look at this. It's a 2015 rematch in the cup final. That's actually pretty funny. Wow. Kind of looks like, alright, not too bad, not too bad. What's a surprise? What is a genuine surprise? The Capitals getting past the second round is a genuine surprise, but I'm sorry, Capitals fans. I'm sorry. And let's check the awards really quick. Does Winnipeg's Line A win it again? Alright, not too bad. Player awards, Art Ross to Stamkos, Hart to Stamkos, Norris to Keith, Bing to Stamkos, Calder to Matt. Hey, some things, hey. It's like life imitating art, or art imitating life, one of the two. Conn Smythe to Corey Crawford, interesting. Vezina to Lundqvist, Jennings to Rene, Masterton to Roman Polak, oh, okay. Selke to Bergeron, Ted Lindsay to Stamkos, and Maurice Richard to Alex Ovechkin. Alright, not too bad. Again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching all my videos. I genuinely do appreciate it. Again, be sure to crush that subscribe button, guys, because giveaways coming soon. And when NHL 18 starts up, even more giveaways, hot giveaways, different things like that. It's going to be exciting. Let me know your thoughts on the trades. I probably won't be doing more videos over the next couple days. I got a little bachelor party I'm heading to, so there may or may not be videos coming. If I can finish one, there might be one during the weekend, but who knows. I love you all, cake eaters. Stay classy. I'll see you in the next one.